So, in terms of choreography, I went through a bunch of different practices in order to convey different emotions, different situations, different metaphors to personify love in its trajectory, in its personality, towards the audience, which many changes from what was devised and also what is actually shown on stage is effective now. Um, so one of the many practices I did was the use of chairs to symbolize the burden, the trauma, the guilt that can derive from a breakup and how that is wielded and shown to suggest how someone's getting over a relationship. So in Please Look at Me, which is the song where Elle and Jack Dean break up, I wanted the chairs to be put on stage and then turned on its head so they're not stood upright, which is supposed to suggest that the relationship has gone from this ordered, very blossoming notion to a relationship that's turned into chaos and disarray, which can act as a visual turning point for the audience, knowing that it's no longer going in a positive way. The relationship's now turned negative and toxic. Um, and then once the breakup has happened, the song goes into It's Only a Heartbreak, where the chairs all turn back on their head again and all the performers sit down in them. This was supposed to symbolize and showcase the idea of a waiting room, of trying to get over it, or waiting for the feelings to pass, um, which fits the message that the song is trying to tell. And I made sure all the choreo was very almost nervous energy, as if like you are sat in a waiting room waiting for that one thing to come along to say, okay, you can get over it now. As if it's like a state of purgatory. And then once Ella's finally over it, all the chairs move to the back of the stage to symbolize how all the negativity that is at the front of her mind, what she's thinking about, is now floating all the way to the back, where she's no longer thinking about it anymore. It doesn't take precedence in her life anymore. Where that was supposed to symbolize the change in negativity back to positivity again. However, since I didn't go through this process, It's Only a Heartbreak and the choreo that you do see is now stood up as if they're like mannequins, which really symbolizes the idea of self-love as this shapeshifter for people's egos and their personalities, for the better, basically, showcasing the positives and the um, positive qualities that they possess, which I felt was a lot stronger and also less chaotic for my performers. So it actually helped boost the narrative in a positive way for the audience, where they could actually still see where the story was going, exposition wise, but not feel overloaded by the abundance of set on stage, keeping it minimal throughout.